Imagine waking up to the news that a royal child, one whose name echoes both Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana, never actually existed. Sounds like a plot twist straight out of a spy thriller, right? Yet, according to newly released evidence from MI6, this isn't just another wild conspiracy theory. It's a bombshell revelation that threatens to shake the very foundations of the British monarchy. So, who or what is Lilibet Diana? And if she's not who the world thought she was, why would an elite intelligence agency feel compelled to investigate? Buckle up, because this story is about to take you down a rabbit hole deeper than Buckingham Palace's hidden tunnels. Let's rewind a bit. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced the birth of their daughter, Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, in June 2021, the world took notice. The name alone was a tribute to two of the most iconic women in royal history. But almost immediately, whispers of doubt began circulating. Where were the official hospital records? Why had no public figure outside the Sussexes themselves confirmed seeing the baby? Even some royal insiders reportedly raised eyebrows at how secretive the entire birth process had been. At first, skeptics were dismissed as conspiracy theorists. After all, who would fake the birth of a royal baby? But then, MI6 got involved. And that's when things got really interesting. MI6, Britain's legendary intelligence agency, doesn't just poke its nose into every royal drama. For them to take action, something had to be seriously off. And, according to leaked reports, multiple red flags triggered their concern. Inconsistencies in birth records, official documents linked to Lilibet's birth were curiously difficult to verify. Unlike her brother Archie, whose birth certificate was made public, Lilibet's seemed shrouded in mystery. A stunning lack of photographic proof. In a world where every royal moment is captured and shared, Lilibet remained oddly absent from public view. No eyewitness accounts. Even among royal staff and close associates, there was no confirmed sighting of Meghan Markle pregnant or delivering Lilibet in the months leading up to the birth. The deeper MI6 dug, the more inconsistencies they found. Was this an elaborate hoax, or was there something even more sinister at play? After an intense, months-long investigation, MI6 reportedly unearthed irrefutable evidence. Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor does not exist. Or, at least not in the way the world had been led to believe. According to leaked intelligence files, the Sussexes never officially documented the birth of a second child in the UK or the United States. Moreover, sources within the agency suggested that any images of Lilibet released to the public were either digitally altered or of another child entirely. Yes, you read that correctly. Lilibet may have been a fabricated persona, carefully orchestrated for reasons still unknown.
But why?
What could possibly compel two high-profile figures like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to construct such an elaborate illusion? When faced with a mystery of this magnitude, it's natural to ask, what's the motive? Several theories have emerged, each more intriguing than the last. A strategic PR move to gain sympathy. Let's be real, Meghan and Harry's relationship with the British royal family has been, well, complicated. Some believe the couple faked Lilibet's existence to generate positive media coverage and strengthen their brand outside the royal institution. A new baby, especially one named after Queen Elizabeth II, would surely soften public perception, right? 2. A legal loophole for titles and inheritance. Could this be a masterstroke to ensure their daughter was included in royal titles and financial benefits? If a child carries a royal bloodline, there are undeniable privileges at stake. And given the Sussexes' ongoing legal and financial battles, this theory isn't so far-fetched. 3. A high-stakes game of smoke and mirrors. Here's where things get even darker. Some believe that Lilibet was never meant to be real, but rather a symbolic figure, perhaps to divert attention from other scandals or even as leverage in ongoing power struggles within the monarchy. Could it be that Meghan and Harry crafted an illusion so convincing that it fooled the world until MI6 cracked the case? What happens now? With MI6's findings now public, the next steps could be unprecedented. If Lilibet truly doesn't exist, the fallout could be catastrophic for the Sussexes. Legal ramifications. If the couple falsely claimed a birth, could they face legal consequences? Royal family backlash. Would the monarchy be forced to take public action against Harry and Meghan? Public trust in the Sussexes. Could this revelation completely unravel their credibility and future endeavors? At this point, the only people who can truly explain what's going on are Meghan and Harry themselves. But will they? Or will this scandal disappear into the same vault of royal secrets that has buried countless other controversies before it? Truth is often stranger than fiction, and if MI6's evidence holds, the world has just witnessed one of the greatest royal hoaxes of all time. But is this really the final chapter? Or is there more to the story than even MI6 uncovered? One thing's for sure, this mystery isn't over yet. So what do you think? Is Lilibet Diana real, or have we all been fooled? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this article with someone who needs to hear about this insane revelation. Even with MI6's explosive revelations, we're left with more questions than answers. If Lilibet Diana is indeed a fabrication, then the logical next step is to ask, who is in on it? Was this just a Sussex operation, or were others complicit in the deception? Several key aspects remain unresolved, leaving us to wonder just how deep this rabbit hole truly goes. Did any royal family members know? It's hard to imagine that Queen Elizabeth II, who had an iron grip on royal affairs, would be completely unaware of such a deception, especially since the name Lilibet was personally tied to her childhood nickname. But if she did know, why wouldn't she have spoken out? Did the palace ignore the situation to avoid an even bigger scandal? Was there a secret agreement behind the scenes? Could MI6's findings explain why King Charles III has distanced himself from Harry? The late Queen's silence on the matter, paired with the royal family's refusal to publicly acknowledge Lilibet in significant ways, is beginning to look less like protocol and more like calculated avoidance. What about Lilibet's christening? One of the biggest red flags in this entire saga was the private nature of Lilibet's alleged christening. Unlike Archie, whose christening was well documented with official photos and guest lists, Lilibet's was handled with suspiciously little fanfare. And when it was announced that Bishop Michael Curry, the same clergyman who delivered the sermon at Harry and Meghan's wedding, was involved, things got even murkier. Sources have since questioned whether this event even took place. Was the christening faked to reinforce the illusion? Did any real clergy members actually witness the event? Why were no official royal representatives present? Considering that baptisms and christenings serve an important role in royal lineage, the absence of confirmation is a major cause for skepticism. Why would MI6 choose to leak this now? Intelligence agencies don't just accidentally leak investigations of this magnitude. If MI6 has made this information public, it means one of two things. They want the world to know, which suggests a greater interest in exposing the truth about the Sussexes. They're sending a warning, perhaps to Harry and Meghan, the royal family, or even the media. This revelation conveniently comes at a time when Harry and Meghan's public image has been on shaky ground. Could this be the final push to discredit them altogether? Or worse, could this be a signal that MI6 and the royal family are preparing for legal action? What's next for Meghan and Harry? If these findings hold, the consequences could be severe for the Sussexes. Public trust is already at an all-time low, and a proven deception of this scale could irreparably damage their careers, financial opportunities, and any future public endeavors. 1. Could they lose their titles? Harry and Meghan may already be on thin ice with King Charles III, and this scandal could be the breaking point. If the monarchy decides to strip their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles, it would mark a historic moment in royal history. Legal consequences? If they falsified records, they could face serious legal action, especially if any financial transactions or legal benefits were tied to Lilibet's existence. Could they even face fraud charges? If so, which country would pursue them? Britain or the US? Damage to their media deals. Netflix, Spotify, and book publishers have invested heavily in the Sussexes. But with this scandal breaking, those contracts could be in jeopardy. Would media executives continue supporting them, or would they distance themselves to avoid the controversy?